first question. I kind of have to draw it so I understand what's going on. But here is an enzyme question. They are not breaking, they're building. Okay, so fireflies emit light. The production of light by an organism is called bioluminescence. To generate visible light, cells in a firefly tail produce thousands of luciferase enzymes. Okay, so you have this enzyme, this luciferase enzyme. Luciferase binds to a chemical called luciferin. Okay, so luciferase, it must bind to something called luciferin. Luciferin. Once bound, the luciferase enzyme speeds up a chemical reaction, so it speeds it up, that combines an oxygen molecule and a luciferin. So then it's luciferin and it's an oxygen molecule to produce oxyluciferin. So it binds them together, then this molecule is called oxyluciferin, okay? This reaction requires energy and releases light. Which of the following best describes the luciferase enzyme, how luciferase enzyme speeds up the chemical reaction? Okay, so this is all we're doing, ready? It provides energy, puts them together, okay. Luciferase increases the amount of time the light is visible. Did we talk about time? No. Luciferase decreases the amount of energy required for the reaction to start. Talk about energy, okay, let's think about it. Luciferase increases the number of sites on luciferin that must bind to oxygen. If this were true, it would say that it would need more oxygen. So it doesn't increase the sites, it just increases them coming together. Luciferase decreases the temperature. Didn't even talk about temperature. So, best answer is G. It decreases the amount of energy required for the reaction to start. So this is what I'm thinking they're thinking, ready? Without the luciferase enzyme, this would need a lot of energy to bind together. Does it need energy? No. So the energy it needed is decreased because luciferase brings energy to the table. Good. Anybody get that one right? Okay. I think that one was pretty hard. I had to draw it out just to make sure I got it. Okay. Here's another one. Lactose is found in milk products. It is converted by the body into a usable form in a series of chemical reactions. The diagram shows a series of reactions that convert lactose into usable. So guys, people who are lactose intolerant, look up here. You drink milk that has lactose in it, it's got to have 1, 2, 3, 4 enzymes for us to use glucose 6-phosphate. So if you are lactose intolerant, look up here, you may be lactose intolerant because you have either no enzyme 1, no enzyme 2, no enzyme 3, or 4. So being lactose intolerant isn't just simple oh, I can't do this. It's, okay, I cannot get to a usable form, so a bunch of this stuff just never happens. Now the reason why you experience the reaction here, you got all this buildup of something, we're going to talk about it, and you can't use it, okay? You can use this, but you can't get to this. So guys, look up here. Okay. If enzyme 2 is denatured, what does the word denature mean again?
Breakdown.
Breakdown. So if there is no enzyme 2, the levels of which substance will increase? So guys, you're always going to have a bunch of lactose, but will it stay lactose?
No.
Because enzyme 1 is going to find it and turn it into galactose. Okay, so then you have galactose. Can it ever change?
No.
No. Enzyme 3 wants to work on this. Enzyme 3 cannot work on that. So if there's a bunch of this, but there's no enzyme 2s to turn it into this, none of this on this side is going to happen. The reaction stops here. So what's going to build up? Galactose. Okay? It's kind of like a food chain, food web. If you do something to this part of the food chain, that stops and this starts to build up. Does that make more sense now that we talked about it? Okay.
This sparks a question. What are we going to be doing on Friday?
More of this stuff. So the reason why I'm making videos is to post them every day. So if you miss, you just do it at your house. Show me that you did it, and you don't even have to make it up with me. Now, if you didn't do it, then I'll make you make it up with me before school, after school.
We're doing this on Thursday too, right?
We're doing it every day.
Okay, I'm not gonna be here Thursday.
Okay. Like complex carbohydrates, proteins are biomolecules that serve many functions and can be chemically broken down and restructured. So they just basically said, like complex carbohydrates, proteins, both carbs and proteins both serve many functions, can be broken down, can be restructured. Both proteins and complex carbohydrates are which of the following? So guys, when you're figuring out your answer choice, you need to say, is a protein and a complex carb, ready? Is a protein and a complex carb both nucleotides of DNA?
No.
Are proteins and carbohydrates both lipids?
No.
No, a lipid's a lipid. Are proteins and carbohydrates both sequences of sugars?
Yes. Oh no, no, sorry, no.
Oh my gosh.
Are both proteins and complex carbohydrates polymers of smaller units? It just said that up there. It can be broken down and reconstructed. So all I could say about complex proteins and complex carbs and proteins is that they're both polymers. They're not both sugars. Just a carb is a sugar. They're not both lipids. They're not both nucleotides of DNA.
I had that right and then changed.
So, do y'all see how like the last sentence is really key? Because a lot of this stuff is fluff, but that last sentence, we got to figure it out. Same with this here. A lot of these answers are true, but not all of them answer this last part. Ready? Animals in the wild must be able to store large amounts of energy because they may go for some time without finding food. Stored energy, lipid. That's what comes to mind. Quick energy is carbs, stored energy is lipid, building is proteins, DNA is nucleic acids. Their long-term store of energy is in the form of lipids. Plants store energy for use over the winter in the form of carbohydrates such as starch. What is the advantage to animals storing energy in the form of lipids rather than carbs for long-term? So ready? Lipids can be used in different parts of the plant. Yes, but is that why we should store it?
No.
Lipids are much more easier to digest?
No.
I don't think they are yet. Carbs are easier to digest. Lipids contain more calories?
Yes.
That's why it's
No.
easier. Yep.
Okay.
Lipids are insoluble and aqueous. This is true, but it's not why we should store it.
Okay, on
I
that
picked
one,
the first one,
I had picked
but I was like in between.
C, but like only, like I didn't know if it was right or
This is the
wrong.
one I got
But
right.
like none of the other ones made sense of what it was asking for.
I would say like A, lipids can be used in different, that's true, and that would like be like, well, I know that's true, but remember, going back to the question,
I was
And it
thinking-
It's
said
for
stored,
storage.
and so I was like,
As soon as you said stored, I was like, that's the answer.
okay, this one, if you did not pay attention to this, you probably didn't get this part right. So ready? Real quickly, a student preparing for a hike wants to pack a snack that has biomolecules that provide quick energy. So which one is quick energy? Carbs. Okay, ready? So all they're asking is, which nutrition label lists the best combination of biomolecules that provide quickly available energy? So providing quick available energy, so a lot of carbs, and the fewest from the other. So all they're asking is, which of these provide quick available energy while providing the fewest from the other? So which one has the most carbs and lowest of others? So ready? First thing I want to do is, when you're reading a nutrition label, not all the biomolecules are there. Just the fat, like a lipid, carb, and protein. So for all of these, I'm just circling the fat, carb, protein. Fat, carb, protein, fat, carb, protein. So you really don't look at calories, because the calories, you're like, I don't know, calories are just standing alone. You want to look at the percentages of what's there. So guys, look up here. 0 fat, 0 carbs, 5 protein. Is that providing the most carbs and the fewest? No. How about this one? 8 fat, 13 carbs, 15 protein. There's more protein. That's not providing highest carbs, lowest other. 83 fat, 59 carbs, 2 protein. There's too much fat. Ready? Last one. 4 fat, 22 carb, 5 protein. That's okay. We're gonna keep on going. Okay. Enzymes are proteins. Okay, ready? I'm gonna keep on lecturing this. That way it's posted, and then whoever needs to stay for the test, you can retest at any point. Okay. So y'all keep them. Yeah. Okay. You guys at home, I need to finish this. I was a little bit slower with this class. Okay. Okay, enzymes are proteins that help increase the rate of chemical reactions inside a cell. These proteins are composed of many simpler molecules called amino acids. Which of the following suggests that the shape of an enzyme determines the function? Okay, so all we're talking about is the shape. And remember, if this is the shape of an enzyme, this should be the shape of a substrate. So y'all just walk around. So, F. Enzymes are specific to a substrate. Look, they are specific, okay? Enzymes can operate in a wide variety of conditions. That is true, but that does not talk about the shape. Enzymes are activated by neighbor molecules. No, they're activated by a specific substrate. And enzymes can be found in all life forms. Yes, but that does not talk about the shape. Okay, next one. Cell differentiation is critical. Okay, all of this is just kind of fluff. Here's the main question. Cell differentiation is most directly regulated by, okay, so they told you right here, cell differentiation results in the production of many types of cells. Who tells you how to make many types of cells? It's not energy, it's not lipids, fats, and it's not sugars. Your DNA tells you. Almost done? Okay, this right here. Okay, it is pointing to, so here's a sugar, a phosphate, and a base, and together this is a nucleotide. This is pointing to the bond between two bases, or I could even say the bond between two nucleotides. Okay, guys? So the arrow indicates the bond between adjacent phosphate. Nope, it has nothing to do with the phosphate. The junction of introns and exons. Nope, we didn't learn about that. Hydrogen bond between complementary nucleotides. Yes. The junction of codon and DNA triplet, no. Almost done. Okay, almost all done. Proteins and polysaccharides are polymers. These polymers are formed by dehydration synthesis. Which statement correctly identifies a difference in the structure of proteins and polysaccharides? So guys, they're saying, what is the difference between a protein and a polysaccharide? Now, proteins are proteins, you know this. Polysaccharides are sugars. We went over that during our intro. So, basically, what's the difference between a protein and a sugar? Only polysaccharides are comprised of repeating units of cysteine, adenine, guanine, thymine. That's ATGC. Those are nucleic acids, so that's wrong. Only proteins are formed by amino acids, yes. Only polysaccharides can be folded and twisted. Nope, everything can do that. Only proteins can be large molecules. Nope, everything can do that. Almost done. Which of the following biomolecules typically contain both nitrogen and phosphate? So it's doing chon, chomp. So which ones contain nitrogen and phosphate? This is, so nucleic acid. So remember it's carb, lipid, protein, nucleic acid. Okay? Carbohydrates are more easily metabolized than lipids. However, on a gram-to-gram basis, lipids provide cells with more. Okay. You want to eat carbs for quick energy because they quickly get metabolized and digested. But if we're talking about what you want to eat if you're starving and don't have any energy, you want lipids. Lipids have more calories packed in there. Remember, if I would give you a cup of Cheerios, It's a lot of wasted space. It's really fluffy. It's not dense. If I would give you a cup of lard, that's disgusting, but that is pure energy, pure calories. So they have more energy on a gram to gram basis. Okay, now we're at cells and organelles. We're going to do that tomorrow. Sorry, this ran into the second period. So if you're absent, just watch this, do this on your own worksheet. If it's done and filled in, you're going to get counted present, and you're going to be counted, or not present, but you won't have to make up that work. So do this at home, and then you won't have to do it here in class. And I'll be posting these every single day onto our plan book.